Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and here we have a Toshibaruka knife design, and this thing's pretty wild. Look at this. We got this beautiful knurling on the titanium. So this is an all titanium integral. So this is one solid chunk of titanium with the inlays, you know, over the integral. I'm guessing the pivot, man, that's cool. It looks like a shield. The shields for the pivot collars look like that's your entrance to the bearings and everything. Relatively thick blade stock. Man, that knurling is really cool. Titanium clip, and then we have beautiful centering. Let's flip her open. Check out the flipper tab. No texturing on the flipper tab. I'm guessing this can be used as a wave feature. We'll try that out in a second. Then we have a hand satin dagger style blade in M390. Beautiful satin. The edge does look really good. Feels very, very sharp. No edge on the spine. However, that's probably a good thing, you know, because you want to be able to put your thumb up there sometimes. But, you know, it would have been cool if it was a double-edged dagger, but you'd want to be careful. Now, the edge does not pop out, really. I mean, I can touch it if I try, but if you sharpened it, it'd probably take a little material off. That might have been cool if it was double-edged dagger, but for safety reasons, I completely understand why they don't. In a lot of places, you can't carry double edge. Wow, look at that. You got the knurling on the back. Love the pattern. And look, it's up here on the front too. That is really cool. That is really cool. The action, phenomenal action. You have this place when you break the detent, you have like that cutout that just kind of fits like a pocket, so you have like a little bit more launch, and I don't even need it. Like this has a great detent that all I gotta do is just break the detent and it's flying out, but it does give you that little bit more. Now, of course, you kind of hit these a little bit, but if you look, they're softened, so they're rounded, so it doesn't bother me at all, like not even a little bit. Feels good. Handle's definitely an interesting shape. You know, with this almost like an arrow in a way. Yeah, it looks like an arrow, like an arrowhead. Huh, like you'd wrap it right here. I wonder if that's where it came from, the design pattern, because it really truly looks like an arrowhead, like you tie it around right here. Anyways, M390 blade, super steel M390, great steel for pocket knives because of its great corrosion resistance. You know, you don't have to worry about it, you know, showing rust or patining. Now, yes, of course you do still want to oil it here and there, wipe it off when it's dirty, clean it off. You know, it can still rust, it is still steel, but it's a lot better than most. Then you have the high edge retention, about 6.5 out of 10. Some argue 6.5 out of 12, because now that we have some of the other steels we have, you know, I think before we went up to 10, you know, 10 being the best, and then we had a couple steels come out like Rex 121, which just annihilated the entire list, so they had to bring it up to 12. I think that's how that went. So very good edge retention, that's the point. Decent toughness, like it's not considered a tough steel, but considering how much edge retention and all the other good stuff, it's good. It's good enough. And with this geometry, you know, toughness is not a factor at all. It's not thick geometry, but it's also not super thin. It's going to be plenty slicey. The thickest portion is in the fuller or the blood groove in the middle of the blade. And I like how they made this nice and uniform. I do kind of wish they added some texturing though in those areas, and I'll talk about that in a second. Now I can flip the, I mean, I'm going to call it a wave until I'm proven otherwise, but I can flip off of that. You just kind of treat it like a thumb stud, and it does work. Very smooth on the drop. You can't reach over or nothing. You can slow roll it though. Ergonomics, it's a little weird, but it's still good. Like I could 100% jam it into something. It's not uncomfortable there. I have 3 fingers. The finger that lands right here, this doesn't bother me, like I said, because it's kind of rounded. So I personally don't really have any issues. Even right here in my palm, no problems. It kind of just locks me in, to be honest. This spot right here, a little bit more sharper, but it's not sharp, if that makes sense. So my pinky goes over the top, ring finger right there, locked in. Yeah, I could jam this into something and not really worry about it. It's not like this is a knife you're gonna be whittling with or doing feather sticking or anything. It's not that kind of knife. This is a more, you know, shank style knife. A little bit of stick and stab style knife. That, you know, that's just what it is. So so the shape is going to be best for that. But, you know, if you do need to do a little slicing, cut something open, a little slash and dash, you'll be just fine. Yeah, all in all, man, good ergonomics. When I choke up, I can get right tight to that blade. And I like this spot actually really well. So like my fingers actually, that really, I lock in because my middle finger go right there. So even if I was choked up like that, I don't think this thing's going anywhere. The way the handle is, you can really get a lot of power in the poke. Now, when I'm back here, that's when I feel this, and I feel a little bit more of the clip action. Not a big deal. I like how they hollowed out these sections right here. Man, lots of man, the attention to detail. Look at that. Crazy details on this guy, man. I love it. And the fit with the carbon fiber, and I do like this almost, oh man, I don't even know. I want to call it like a copper shred carbon fiber, but it's kind of a bronzish, reddish, rose goldish color, which looks really good with the anodized titanium. Like how he did his logo on the shield. Before we get to the nitpicks and negatives, I do want to go over really good lock geometry, and I have no idea. I cannot figure out how they did this. Like, let me grab a little light really quick. If you look inside here, look at that. How, it's an integral. This is one solid piece. How did they machine that lip with those two little points? That's not, unless if they're screwed under here and those are screws, it has to be. Has to be. Those have to be screws under there. Yeah, I'm going to have to, because even those, okay, those are on top. Okay, I see that. There's a screw right there. I do see one screw inside there. So I'm guessing that thing comes off, but then this is all still one solid piece. So how did they get that cut out right? All right, we just took off the clip. I'm guessing this comes off. I'm guessing this. Maybe I should have took part of it. Oh, okay. Okay, so that one is just like that. And then that would be the liners. So it's not open. So they must have somehow machined that little pocket in there somehow by going in and then to the side. That's crazy. Maybe they came in right from the top. I don't know. I don't know how they pulled that off, but wow, just crazy work, man. And now, man, you really get a look of this copperness of the, there's the shield, by the way. I love these that little shield right there. That's cool. It doesn't have any glowing factor, right? I don't think so. No. Very, very cool, man. Look at that. All the little pieces. And look at how good that just fits. Like, look at this. Watch this. Like a damn glove. I dropped it. Do that again. That is just so perfectly fit. Amazing work. Amazing, amazing work. I love it. Able to machine that out and get that liner in there. You rarely see a liner integral. Typically it's a frame lock when it's an integral. They were able to make this a damn liner. That's crazy. Oh yeah, and look at that. You can see the window on that side to the carbon fiber. So okay, that's a lot of work, though, I'll tell you that much. Holy cow, that's a lot of work. That's fascinating. They always, companies, you know, these companies, man, these knife companies always figure out a way to go up and beyond expectations of what we think is possible. really good edge. So let's talk about the nitpicks and negatives, man, because that's impressive. That's impressive. So one thing, you know, the wave feature, all right, let's try this. You guys see that? All right, so I'll pull it out. Ooh, it almost did. Now, let's try it again. Let me try this one straight up. No, I'm gonna try to catch it on the, not the best. It doesn't really work. So I'm gonna say that I wish they put texturing here. Now I can easily thumb flick it, but that might have even been a little bit better too. Add a little bit of texturing in that ramp if possible for a little bit of thumb action. And then also a little texturing right here. Lock face geometry, we already said, really beautiful. And if you look, internal stop pin, wait, is it an internal? Yeah, it just doesn't move. Okay, so it's a one stop pin right here, and there must be a groove inside the blade cut out. So internal stop pin, nice solid lockup. Really good lockup. Damn bank vault. But the texturing right here would have been cool, and right here just to match, you know, kind of like how they did this side and this side. But, you know, under here and under here. That way we could do the flipper and it would have texture, and then also do the thumb flick and it'd have texture. And I believe if there was texture there, you would see a better wave, or a wave feature, because that would be really cool. Next, you know, because it's a dagger and all, you know, if you're going to get it out rapidly, you know, it'd be nice. But you do have to take it out and flip it first, which it's a rapid flipper. But anyways, the next thing is I really like, you know, like when I put my thumb here, I put my finger here or whatever, I kind of want there to be a little texturing right there. That'd be kind of cool. Now, obviously it doesn't need it. This isn't a nitpick or a negative, but it's just something that I thought would be kind of cool. It is nice how thin they got to this spine, if you can see it. It is a flat side, so if you do want to sharpen it, it will make a very big bevel. The bevel will probably be about that high at 17 degrees, so just know that. If you want to put a bevel on it, it's going to take some sharpening, a lot. It will not look matched after you're done, unless if you take that much steel from the other side. Now, as far as other nitpicks and negatives, the lock bar access, so they made it uniform, and I understand why they wanted to make it nice and even. I do kind of wish they left this side a little bit of proud for this lock bar. Now, that being said, it is a thick blade stock, relatively, and they did cut it out over here and over here. So it's easy to get to, but if you go from the side, you hit the detent right away. So here's the thing. I either A, push past it, which it does have a ramp, so it is easy to push back, or I can go all the way down at the very bottom of it and get it, and I'm past, okay? So that's pretty easy to do. It's also easy to hit the detent, so you want to kind of find your sweet spot, and once you do, it's really good. But you can also go a little bit lower, like right at the bottom, and it'll go way past. Now, that's easy to do too. The only thing is, because it has this kick out right here, you do feel this corner a little bit, you know, obviously. Now, you can avoid it by just going right through the hole, but then you're going to hit the detent. So I wish the detent was just up higher. I wish it was like right there instead of right there. I wish, because you can see where the detent ball is right there, where I'm hitting. All right, that's where, you know, you got to get that detent up on the ramp. This is a good way to show this too. So it does have a ramp, I believe. If not, it works really well. So I'm normally not a fan of ramps unless if they're really early. This one might be acceptable for a bigger ramp so that you never even feel that transition. But either way, if the detent was right here, I'd be past it, or I'd be at least on it by the time it's disengaged. So that's a nitpick. It's not a big deal. You know, like I said, I can live with it. You know, you hit the detent sometimes, but it's also easy to get past once you kind of know it. And then another thing, if I don't go to the side and I actually treat it like a button, I'm always past it. So what I do is I just go right here from the bottom and I kind of push it like a button. Yes, I still feel this corner right here, but not that big of a deal. Lefties, I mean, it doesn't have a reversible clip, so forget about it, but it works well for lefties because you're already going to get past the detent when you do it. Anyways, it's got some weight to it. I do appreciate a little weight sometimes because it feels like a premium knife. You know, if this thing was light as paper, to me, it makes it feel a little cheaper than I like. And I know weight has nothing to do with the price and value of a knife. That's true, but it's nice sometimes. Man, I just love all the attention to detail, the knurling, you know. It'd been cool if they put it on the side of the clip too. That'd been dope. But I love this knurling. I love the centering. I love the aerodynamic look. I love that it actually looks like a damn arrow. The inlay work is phenomenal. I don't even honestly know how they put the liner in yet. Even if I took it apart, I know it's just going to blow me away. So maybe I'll show you guys some pictures of it on the inside, you know, so, you know, during the video when I'm talking about it, just so we're both, you know, understanding of how it was, or maybe I'll cut a little clip in. Either way though, what a beautiful piece. Oh yeah, also another thing, I just realized this, the fuller was all the way down. I bet you that's, man, look at that. Perfectly lined up. Wow. That is just, it's artistry, man. Tashi Baruka, always doing the most. And I'm here for it. I love it. So, not much more nitpicks there, man. Plunge grind, you know, it's whatever. It's the style knife it is. There's no plunge. The plunge grind starts here and it ends who knows where, but not that big of a deal. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.